away for 2 years, and it's absolutely amazing to gather for the first time after 2 years of silence. So, welcome with me, Nadifa Mohammed and Dr. Fatma. Listen away. runtii waa farxad weyn maanta waa furitaanka Somali Week Festival 2 sano aanu ka maqnayn marka aad iyo aad baan ugu faraxsanahay inaanu dib loo bilaabo oo maanta waa furitaankii week baa soo socda iskugu jira maxaa la yiraahdaa nooc walba qof walba wuxuu jecel yahay kii gabay jecel kii buug jecel kii maxaa la yiraahdaa riwaayad jecel kii maxaa la qofka ciyaar jecel oo martidu waa fara badan tahay marka la soco oo Twitter-kana nagala soco YouTube-ka nagala soco all the social media do dhan inshallah waxaan rajeynaynaa inaan nagala soo qayb gasho.
We will be going straight to our keynote guest this evening. We're really honoured and appreciative of Nadifa giving her time this evening to share some of the thoughts about her new book, The Fortune Men. So we look forward to having conversation with her.
So yeah, this is The Fortune Men. Some of you have got copies I can see already. And if you haven't read it yet, it's the story of Mahmoud Matan, a real man who was executed for a murder he didn't commit in Cardiff in 1952. So I focus on what happened to him from the February of 52 to September when he was executed. But it also goes back and forth in time to his childhood in Somaliland and then also his travels through Africa and around the world.
Cade is immensely excited and proud to present the festival as we begin to emerge from the pandemic, to share Somali arts, literature, culture as a community and the wider society. We celebrate our living legends, our past legends, and pay homage to those who are no longer with us. We look forward to this future, and we're delighted to welcome a number of highly esteemed international guests, including scholars, activists, poets, writers, playwrights, musicians, and other artists from the Somali region.
waxaan aad ugu faraxsanahay inaan caawa ka soo qayb galo xafladda 13aad ee Somali Week oo sanad walba lagu qabto dalkan Ingiriiska waqtigan oo kale runtii waa mashruuc ama barnaamij hirgalay oo dadka Soomaaliyeed ay dhaqankoodii ku soo bandhigayaan oo qoraayadii hadday yihiin dadkii qoraagaha hadday yihiin abwaanadii hadday yihiin dadkii kale ee cilmiga lahaa dhammaantood meel isugu wada keenayo.
Hi, my name's Sophia Jama and I'm here at Somali Week Festival 2021. I'm actually half Somali, so I think it's really important that Somali culture is celebrated in such a prestigious venue in central London. I'm really looking forward to the event to experience some Somali culture, poetry, arts, music, and Cade do a lot of good work and Somalis contribute so much to the UK, so it's good that we're celebrated.
So I'm going to call to the stage we have the honour to have our Minister for Africa present with us today, Vicky. I'm going to ask her to come to the stage. She is a new Minister for Africa and this is her first her first public event. So please do come along.
Incredibly warm welcome tonight. I hope I get this right. Haben Wan Agsan. It is a real joy for me to join your rich and vibrant celebration of Somali arts and culture, and wonderful to see the return of the festival. And just before Nadifa goes, really good luck. How amazing to have a Booker Prize finalist, and it's just a real sign of how incredibly strong your contribution and all of your contribution to arts and culture. Is really good luck.
شرف أي تهاي إلى المنطقة كسوق قريب قلو حفلة دافركا Somali Week Festival أو لندن كنا عايو مركز بعض في الحسنة هاي وسعدون تلا بيشودون الكود ده 7 بيشان أكتوبر وحابوجي دنجرة أيضا لوث دافور دونا Oxford House أو قريب قل دونا Somali Week كدولة.
We have a treat in store. We do have 3 young and upcoming amazing poets who are going to share some of their work with us tonight. They are carrying on that lineage of poetry that we all have in our DNA as a Somali people. And I'm going to invite to the stage, first of all, we're going to start with Sagal Farah.
So this poem is called Love Letter to London. Sometimes I love this city. I love the way it smiles at me and I love the way it curses me. I love that I can't tell the difference sometimes. I love that we're the city that never sleeps, yet most of the tubes end at midnight. I love my Cinderella moments. I love that we all suddenly become weathermen when speaking to strangers. I love the football hooligans chanting, England. I love their unwavering faith in it coming home. I love that we think each season will be different. I love that a ball can cause both a coronation and a revolution.
Please join me in welcoming Farah to the stage as well. Thank you.
The first poem is called To All My Children. It's a poem it's basically a letter that our mothers would have written to us if they were able to. It's the conversation that happens in all of our homes. It's been happening in our homes, and I'm hoping it will be a conversation of the past. To all my children, if you could see me now, English dictionary in hand, trying to write you this letter, trying to understand this language better so we could communicate, you would never believe it. For 20 years, I have refused to learn this language, to immerse myself into this culture. I have gone to ESOL lessons and sat defiant, applying henna to my hands, living in the dream that soon we'll go back to our land and this will all just be so far away. But now I fear the gap between us is too wide. When I speak to you in Somali and you reply in English, it's a reminder of how far apart we really are and how much the cultures that raised us have taken from us, how much I do not know of you and how much you do not know of me. I've watched you grow into a culture I do not know, a life I do not understand. I've walked you to schools and playgrounds, seen the joy in your face as you played Ringa Ringa Roses and smiled into the face of a woman as white as the sheets you slept on. I have known pain in this life, but I have never been hurt more than in that instance, as if whiter skin meant more warmth. I watched you reach for her and I spent my days muttering silent prayers, oh Allah, bring them back to me. You see, I have loved you, perhaps not how you think I should have done. Perhaps I should have spoilt you with toys, filled you full of sweets and let you run the streets, but I have loved you the only way I know how to, the only way I was taught, through prayers, tears and laughter as heavy as the rain of my once upon a time. I've laughed with you at how my R's roll too thick off my tongue and how my remember always sounds like remember, how I say Birkenham instead of Birmingham, and remember how you cried with me when fireworks on Guy Fawkes brought back the memories of how my Uncle Ali died.
Today's the opening event for Somali Week Festival. It's going to be really great. Spaces like these are really important as a diaspora that's kind of disconnected from his homeland and from his culture, and as a diaspora that doesn't really have a strong connection to its language. It's really important for us to gather in places like this to exhibit, to delve into, and to learn more about our culture.
The burnt plains, slick with a salty lust. I have a multitude of proverbs, each saying the same thing, each torn from the same rib. Grief is not grief until land is associated with it. Salan Arabe knew loss intimately, felt its weeping tendrils on his psyche. Was it so hard he landed headfirst into prayer and an elastic band religiosity? He had a pastoral tone, pastoralist's tone, waged war with cousins, left the greenery of Togder rusty with blood, and became bloated with the milk of others.
farxadayda aniga lama soo koobi karo waayo waxaan isku helay chance badan aniga waa markii ugu horeysay imaado Somali Week Festival shucuur badan baan magaraasay halkan ku joogaa aad iyo aad baan ugu faraxsanahay inaan ka mid noqdo aad iyo aad u qiimo badan oo qaaya kule bulshadeena magac iyo maamuusba kule baa halkan aan kula kulmay jooga
magacaygu waxa la yiraahdaa Cabdicasiis Carab waxaan ka socdaa Dahabshiil Transfer Services UK ninkan garab taagana waxa la yiraahdaa Maxamed Xirsi Ibrahim waxa weeye General Manager ka Dahabshiil waxaanu maanta halkan oo aan ku sugannahay British Library annagoo oo taageerayna Somali Week of Culture isbuucii hidaha iyo dhaqanka Soomaaliyeed oo ka dhacay British Library ku yaala London aad iyo aad hadaan nahay bahda Dahabshiil ayaan ugu faraxsanahay inaanu garab taagannahay community-geena Soomaaliyeed ee u dabaldegaya
Hi, my name is Sagal Ali and I'm the Executive Director of the Somali Arts Foundation.
I'm so pleased to be here, as I think culture and arts is one of the most important vehicles as humans we can use to connect, but more importantly, to also celebrate each other as well as recognize our differences. As someone also from the Somali diaspora, it brings me great joy to be part of these platforms where our Somali diaspora comes together to rejoice and to celebrate our very rich culture and artistic traditions.
والله حفلتنا أو فريتانكا Somali Week Festival سهر سلا أي ودعدي ومركي جوه رئيسي إلى مركي قول كل واحد لبس سنة لقى سؤال لابتي حنبادي أو ستوس ضد كي سوي مادين وحان ما عرفتي إمادة فربضن أو كلا دوان أو قار ما عرفت يمد إنك ما عرفت قيب جلان فريتانكا بوجي نظيفه قار نيو إمادين إني ما عرفت وحكوا قاعدان ويجن أردن حفلتها كلا دوان إحساس عدو قروح بدن أي ما عرفت أول عضي واحد بدن وان كفى إيدي ضد بدن وان ما عرفت إن بدن سلوك هاي دبيسي أي ماشان كلنا مركب كلن كان ما تقولون أها ما عرفت كلن ما عرفت الصومالي دورن يسولون ماتو أي أقاني فكرة سكوة درستو
حتى هذه تبدأ بحيسد إلى نموت دروك سنة ما هي بهي إن صوت فرني تردانا ير أنكو فرغو حتى هذه تبدأ بحيسد إلى نموت دروك سنة ما هي بهي إن صوت فرني تردانا ير أنكو فرغو
inaga way inoo ahaato noo ahaatay inaga way inoo ahaatay